All right, so what do you think about this whole thing? This is obviously the only thing to talk about.
Well, I was telling Anthony, like, it's all made me really sick, and even the kid doing the shooting is, like, the least sickening part of it at this point. It's like, some kids are dead. But what the media is doing, it really is.
That's the most outrageous, sick part of it. Because the other thing is yesterday's news.
John Hinckley was on the cover of People for shooting John Lennon. That's how far back it goes. If you kill somebody,
you're guaranteed.
You're on the news.
You mean Hinckley for Reagan or Chapman?
Did I screw it up? Yeah.
Yes, you did. You took
Mark David Chapman.
Everyone does that.
Crisscrossed your murderers.
Well,
everyone does that because they were so close together.
And Lennon and Ronald Reagan were very very much alike.
Politically, yes.
Yes, they were very.
Yeah.
Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Well,
oh my God!
Imagine all the people living life in peace. Mommy.
Was he really for peace? Let's want to get into it.
Faux pas. The bombing starts in 5 minutes. Just talking about the Russians who have missiles pointed towards us, too.
This is on? What?
Yeah, hello. Testing.
What happened?
That was when Reagan was, before
he was doing a sound check on the radio.
Press conference,
For his fireside chat or whatever.
Yeah, for his
radio
radio
mic
address.
levels.
And he went to 1, 2. They said, can we get a level from you, Mr. President? He said, 1, 2, the missiles are flying, we're bombing Russia.
He was joking.
The bombing starts in 5 minutes.
It wasn't on the air. It was a joke he made to the engineers, and someone said, "Oh, that's," and they made his thing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
There he is on the phone, Steve Kappas.
Yeah, we got to get that audio.
we'll have it in a few minutes.
But the thing is, well, first of all, I see the kid. I see him on. I haven't seen the thing. I just saw on the cover of the newspaper.
Yeah.
He's a boring loser.
Thank you.
Right.
Like, even now with the shooting, even if I met him, if he came back from suicide, and I'd be like, yeah, what's up? We're talking. I'd still shun him.
We're busy over here.
Yeah. Just a nerd.
Yeah,
bummer.
he had nothing to say in this, what they're now calling his manifesto, his multimedia manifesto.
Yeah.
Which, until you kill someone and then kill yourself, it's your YouTube videos, your blog, and your MySpace page.
Yes.
That is just boring as hell. But then once you kill a bunch of people and yourself, it becomes a video multimedia manifesto.
Yeah. He felt invisible. And he's still now. He's really invisible.
Yes,
he's dead.
No, you won't be seeing him no more.
He sent a press
won't be
kit.
seeing him no more.
Headshot.
Yeah, he sent out a press kit.
Well put together.
That's what they said.
Quotes about him.
Yeah.
It's a press kit.
Well, you want to get into it? This is how it all went down last night at, on NBC.
Ah, yes.
No, but and then there's all these roadside bombs in Iraq. People die there by the thousands, and there's no loving testimony about each victim in Iraq with piano playing behind it.
Yeah, with the nice music
bad
playing
American
in the
mother crying about it.
No, it's not even nice music. It's like that morbid, creepy, over the top. Yeah.
Ugh.
Good evening. We now know what the Virginia Tech gunman was doing during that 2-hour period between shootings on campus. He was compiling before going to the post office and mailing via overnight mail what can only be described as a multimedia manifesto containing video and a lengthy document to NBC headquarters building here in New York.
He actually said that on the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can only be
What can only be described.
Oh, excuse me. There's a few other ways to describe that.
The ramblings of a weirdo loser.
Yeah.
How about a bunch of videos and pics?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like 1970. Where it's like, wow, this guy's got video. What is that stuff? Video of himself? What is video? Anyone can take their phone now and make a manifesto.
Yes.
It's not like this, wow, he got video.
We got Talk cameras on right now.
Yeah,
I guess we're doing a manifesto as we speak.
This is the Opie and Anthony Manifest Show. That's what we're calling it, the Manifest Show.
Nice.
What is a manifesto? Can we look that up direct? Because they always credit some ass like Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, he had a manifesto.
Another rambling douche.
Can you imagine though he goes to the post office?
Yeah.
In between? Maybe he was just going to only kill those 2 people, and then he got so frustrated at the post office to decide, oh my God.
I like that.
I got to lose my mind now.
Yeah, he had to go to the post office to mail the thing in between.
I like that he had to be at the post office and have polite discourse with some, next. Oh, thank you.
How you doing?
You have to look, make sure you had a 10.
Did I have the right label for express mail?
There's confusion. It's like, oh, I think you were before me.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Do you have the zip code? Actually, no. No problem. I can look it up. Oh, thanks.
I'll look at it. Or we were talking about it during commercials that like maybe his intention was to just kill the initial people at the first building, but he got so pissed at the post office,
so frustrated,
like waiting online. There was probably somebody that was online in front of him that just was asking stupid questions, and he's like, "Oh my God."
And he's like, come on!
Now I'm really
either that pissed. Or he killed the first couple of people and then watched the news and was like, this ain't happening.
Yeah, damn it.
Oh, wow,
I need a manifesto. Multimedia manifesto.
The envelope was sent from Blacksburg, Virginia on Monday morning. And looking at a copy, you can even see the handwriting of the clerk checking it in at 9:01 a.m. But because
we all got his autograph,
had the wrong zip code, and there are 3 different scratched-out attempts at it, along with Rockefeller Avenue and not Rockefeller Plaza in New York. The zip code had to be corrected, and it didn't arrive.
Doesn't he watch Tina Fey's show?
Today.
Come on, yeah, right? Watch Tina Fey's show. Send it there.
Yeah. He can't find it. He's always looking for 30 Lock.
Wow.
Oh, God.
They're, anyone else knows they're explaining this way too much?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to cover their ass. Like, look, a lot of people think we might have had this package the day before, but look, it got the address wrong and the zip wrong.
Yeah.
It's like a guy trying to explain why there's a gun in his bag. It was put right in my bag. I had nothing.
Look.
I had no choice. That was not my marijuana.
Here's your manifesto definition. A public declaration of intentions, opinions, objectives, or motives as one issued by a government, sovereign, or organization.
The manifesto. A lot of, countries put out a manifesto.
We have to get our motives and our intentions. Okay. When I am done with this show today, I am going to go home and try to receive treats from my girlfriend orally.
That is a manifesto.
Why? Because I want them.
You got something festering in your
manhood. Manifesto.
Code had to be corrected, and it didn't arrive here until today. An alert New York City Postal Service employee spotted the return address, and he spotted the return address name Ishmael and brought it to our attention by hand.
Yeah. That postal guy was pretty good. Yeah. Actually looking at the return address, realizing, this is from the same place, but it's Ishmael. Oh, I kind of remember them saying something about that.
Ishmael.
He's well read.
Hey, do you need a password for the pre-sale? Ryan, Long Island, go.
Hey, how you doing, Owen? Hey, you guys didn't mention any sort of password, and you need one for the pre-sale when it starts.
Manifesto.
Hold on.
That's just
That's
wonderful.
his manifesto.
It's not on.
That's why he's going to go kill somebody. They did not issue any sort of a password.
All right, keep listening to the radio. Pre-sale starts at 9.
He might have told me what it was.
If we need a password, we'll find it out immediately.
Who did not issue a password.
Here we go. Williams says the first thing they did was call authorities, then they were sensitive. What? I then made copies. I don't know.
When the package arrived on the desk of our news division president today, the first thing we did was call federal authorities.
They're coming
Tonight
their ass,
they have the original envelope. This one we've been showing you is a color copy. We have been poring over a copy of the contents we made. It has taken hours, and we are still going through it. We are sensitive to how all of this will be seen by those affected, and we know we are, in effect, airing the words of a murderer here tonight.
But you can't just say, we are sensitive.
We're
and
sensitive
then go do it.
And then do it.
Airing it.
Yeah, that's like a guy raping. He's raping a girl and giving domestic violence stats.
How amazing would it have been if the guy we're listening to said, we are sensitive to how this will affect, so we're not going to show it to you.
Yeah, so
anyway, we just want to let you know we have it. It's amazing.
We made a decision. Yeah. It'll end up, it's going to be on YouTube anyway. So if you want to see it, just search it on YouTube.
That's the same crap like when you do wrong and you go, I take full responsibility.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No, it's like a John Rocker style of apology. Like, if you were offended, because you're stupid. Even though you're wrong, I'm sorry. Because my lawyer made me be sorry. It's pointless.
Exactly.
How great would it be if he sent it to NBC and he kept citing the reasons for these murders as how awful NBC television sitcoms had become, and there's not a laugh to be had. I had to kill people. NBC is so bad. It's so unfun. Do you think they still would have aired it?
They'd have played it. Yeah, sure. All the other networks would have.
They might have paraphrased it.
Yeah.
When the time came, I did it.
Oh, yeah, now we get to listen to...
I have not heard his voice yet.
Now we get Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, now we get to listen to Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, you idiot!
When the time came, I did it.
Nerd.
I had to.
In a separate written document, he includes 29 photos he apparently took of himself. He looks like a normal, smiling college student in only the first two. In the rest, he presents the stern face and strikes the pose that was very likely what his victims saw later on.
No, it wasn't!
In 11 of the pictures, he aims handguns at the camera, likely the very ones he bought in the past 2 months.
They're making it like this is like a cowboy comic book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what they're doing. Just like Jesse James was probably a fat nerd who awkwardly quit when he pulled the trigger, he cringed and made all sorts of gay faces.
Probably had really bad BO.
Yeah.
Swamp ass.
But they show him with a chiseled face on the cover of a comic book, and then kids end up being cowboys. It's the same thing here.
Yeah.
The grimace and the pointing. No, when he was shooting the kids, he was probably blinking a lot and probably peed in his own pants.
Made a stupid face like a guitarist doing a real hard guitar lead.
You know, when I was a kid, I idolized Jesse James, and but then someone told me that his grandfather had been shot by Jesse James.
Jesse James shot my grandfather.
And then I had the same thing happen. I had a nightmare that I was on a train with my family, and Jesse James came in, and I was all psyched to see him, but then he started shooting my family.
Yeah, and wasn't the weird part about the dream that the set looked like it was probably right next to the house? Like it was
it was
lit
weird
the same,
like that.
Even though it was the old
lit
West,
the same, and the music was kind of written by the same guy that wrote some, I don't know, poppy kind of song.
And then I wasn't sure what was happening, but for some reason, my father had fallen with his face on the pillow, and Jesse James was behind him, grabbing his hips and trying to help him up.
Weird.
Holstering the old pistol.
Yes, and he fired bullets at my father all over his back.
Oh, my goodness.
And then, I don't know why, but Jesse James was afraid to get Dad's blood on him.
All right, hey, let's... well, the actions could have been avoided. Here's more of Napoleon Dynamite.
You had 100 billion chances and ways to have avoided today, but you decided to spill my blood. You forced me into a corner and gave me only one option.
Took my tots.
Was yours. Now you have blood on your hands that will never wash off.
Much of it is incoherent, laced with profanity. He rails against hedonism and Christianity.
You just loved crucifying me. You loved inducing cancer in my head, terrorizing my heart, and raping my soul all this time.
That's not railing against
He could have the worst voice I've ever heard. It's the worst voice I've ever heard. Yeah. He should do voiceovers for diarrhea.
You mean like commercials that are like for diarrhea? Like that, not to stop diarrhea, but...
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
It's a pro-diarrhea commercial, Louie. That's what he's getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you want to have diarrhea, what's better than just diarrhea?
Give me cancer in my brain. Pain in my heart.
Ugh. Then he said you had, right in the beginning of that, he says you had hundreds of millions of chances of ways.
100 trillion gazillion ways.
Stop is, but...
I blame the Ligers.
You guys are dicks.
Sounds like Tara Reid.
Oh my God, guys. I'm so angry with you.
Yeah.
100 billion gazillion ways.
But that's not a real number, Tara.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But this is news. That's the thing is the serious, what makes it offensive is the dude talking over it and...
Oh, yeah.
We had to show you this. Yes. We couldn't just tell you what was in it.
I just hope we're getting smarter out there. You know, they're obviously lying to us. You know, I hope we're becoming more media savvy. They did it for the ratings and for the money that it will generate, and they should admit that openly.
It's true. The problem is that nobody watches something less because they think it's reprehensible. You know what I mean?
No, we as a people love reprehensible stuff.
Yeah.
Well, why do people think in such a short period of time, relatively speaking, and we've heard this thousands of times, we've been on this planet for a very short period of time. I don't know why humans feel that we can evolve so quickly. It was a nothing. It was such a small amount of time between the gladiators killing each other for amusement in the Colosseum. Yeah, on the whole global timeline, the snap of a finger.
It's not even that.
It's nothing.
It's not even
Why do people think because we learned how to build cool things that in our heads we're not the same people that kind of dig watching atrocities and just horrible things?
Still, every day when I just look at traffic on a highway flowing smoothly, I'm amazed that people aren't just stopping their cars and killing and raping everyone around them.
And the only reason they're not, you're right.
I'm amazed that everyone doesn't do that all the time.
Only reason they're not is because they're late for something.
That's it.
Like they have to be somewhere.
Yes.
If people didn't have jobs, jobs is a way to keep this planet from just ending up with people ripping each other's clothing off, raping, killing.
The entire fabric of society is a distraction because in reality, what do you need a job for? To get money, to get food. You could grow food right outside your door and buy a cow and drink the milk and then eat it later. But we make this, we put it in another place so you have to get, just so that, first of all, so guys can get out of their houses and not listen to their ugly, stupid wives. And also, everybody's wife is stupid and ugly. And so that people won't kill each other.
Do you think deep down we secretly wish for stuff like this to happen?
Yes.
Is there some kind of excitement that we feel?
Dude, I've told you of my dream all the time. It is to be around for the complete apocalypse of the world. I want to be around and just watch either the meteor hit or just a complete meltdown of all society where it's complete anarchy, nothing but gunfire and bombs outside.
I want an alien invasion.
Alien invasion would be another great one.
Nuclear bomb, that's just hack. I want aliens.
Oh, you want something amazing.
Way out there.
Even though the movie sucked, War of the Worlds all the way.
Oh, totally.
Where you just realize, wow, we have no chance against this whatsoever.
Great.
You can't make phone calls and make some crazy last minute deal with a country. No, you don't even know you don't even know their language.
No, when they started making warnings about Katrina, I gotta say there was at least 4% of me that was going, come on,
Levy.
See it.
Yeah,
don't hold.
People are like, you're crazy to say that, but I think secretly we all have that deep inside us.
Why do you think people watch the news so much like that? When there's big stories, the ratings go up on the news. What are they watching it for? Hoping, please solve this and get it off the air so I don't have to see it anymore?
When the guy got that envelope, after he, pulled down his pants and did what he obviously did immediately to relieve himself of the anxiety he was feeling.
Sure.
And he gathered people together and they said, okay, what if we release this? What happens? Well, people will be really upset. And then somebody else said, but will they watch us less? And he, nope. Put it out.
It's
full
on.
Speed ahead.
They don't even have that conversation. It's just, that's a reflex.
When I got home from doing some errands and I turned on the TV and saw this was going down, in my brain, I'm like, cool. Wow, there's more to this story.
Yeah.
And then, I'm going to go home today, and I'm going to hope there's going to be another tidbit that comes out.
That's why...
I mean, I feel, and I hope we don't have to say this, but of course we feel bad for the victims and all their families and all that. But as far as a viewer and living through this, when you hear that there's a new tidbit, you're running right to the TV.
It doesn't even have anything to do with the actual tragedy.
No.
What it is we... How can we look at things like curse words being offensive and let's not offend people on their race and stuff when we are still so uncivilized mentally and with our own instincts that we enjoy watching suffering and crime and murder.
Yeah, but Janet Jackson's boob.
But that's the stuff that we got.
That's the worst thing that happened in American history in the last decade.
Right.
I mean, that changed the world.
Yeah, the booby slip.
That changed the world with a star over the nipple.
We're on a bizarro planet.
Speaking of disasters, can someone get USA Today from yesterday?
Oh, I thought you needed Iraqis right there.
It was really interesting. On the front page of the Life section, they said if you're 21 years or older, they were mostly focusing on like a 21-year-old, which would be a senior in college. They listed all the stuff they've lived through so far, and it's beyond amazing. When we turned 21, there wasn't this many things.
Right.
Just over the top events that have occurred, and they listed all of them. I want to. Well, it's open for debate.
No, you know what? It's like when I was a kid and I used to fantasize that my parents would die. I wanted them to die so that I could go to school and have the teacher really focus on me and say, you know, we'll do whatever you need. You know, so I could have like a press conference with my friends. Like all the kids that didn't pay attention to me would, you know, some girl I don't know would cry for me. Yeah. Like I used to.
You're lucky your parents didn't die because you know
I'd be living
guilt
with that. No, but then my wish would have come true, and I would have realized things I wish happened.
Oh wow.
Press conference.
Yeah. All right, we got a break. We got Louis C.K. in studio. He's playing Atlanta this weekend. Where's the club in Atlanta? Louis, let's go.
I think at least get a stripper to screw me for my parents' time. Atlanta, the Punchline in Atlanta.
This weekend, and then Caroline's next weekend. Here in New York City. Highly recommend. And you're going to be part of the O&A Traveling Virus Conference.
I am. I'm going all over the place with you guys.
With pre-sale tickets starting at 9 a.m. You might need a password.
I don't think you do, Pete said. We don't have to go through a website, right? We're going to go right to Ticketmaster?
No.
No password, Kenny?
No, you got to go through a website, a link?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. We're not organized once again. What do we need to tell the people? We got a half hour.
9 o'clock, you have to go on the website that you can't mention.
Our website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go to your myspace.com/virus tour or myspace.com/Opie and Anthony and click on the pre-sale link. That's the only way you can get these special tickets for the special O&A fans.
Well, we're finally getting that info out.
Why was nobody telling me this while I was announcing this for the last 3 days? No one told me that you had to do that until a listener just called in.
Because it's really just a show and some radio. It's not like...
Right.
What are you, the president?
Well, I should have been.
Why wasn't I told?
Nobody told me.
It's a matter of national
You know what?
security.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning.
Get Khrushchev on the phone.
You're a marginal human. That's why.
No, but Lou, I have got a lot of importance.
All right.
I have value.
We really got so much. We got a break. We got more audio from Napoleon Dynamite / the killer, the shooter, whatever the hell you want to call this weirdo. More with Louis C.K. and blah, blah, blah. It's Opie and Anthony.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Once again, Jimmy, pre-sale tickets are happening very soon, and there was some confusion with the info, so...
They start today at 9 a.m. Are we allowed to say the website?
This is the name of the show website.
Yeah, Opie and Anthony, you know what had to do. You got to click on the pre-sale banner to purchase tickets. I know this is the first you guys are hearing it. I wasn't aware of it. So tickets are limited. And Peachy wrote in parentheses, this is true and not me trying to hype the pre-sale. There might be 500 in every market going on sale today. They're really good tickets. So you go to our website and click on the pre-sale banner. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you that sooner. I've been plugging this all week, but I did not know it.
Yeah, I was confused about, pre-sale. Anyone can find the pre-sale info, but now it makes sense. You had to go to our website to get the password and all that, to get these special tickets before they go on sale tomorrow. Hey, from the USA Today Life section yesterday, so all in their lifetime, from 1986 to the present, this is what these kids that are now seniors in high school.
People that are 21, this is
they're
what
pretty much their seniors. Yeah, this is what they've lived through. They were live for the shuttle blast back in 86.
21 or under, you said, right? Not 21 or over.
From 1986 to present, all in their lifetime. So 21 years. If you're 21 or older, you've lived through all these events. Obviously, if you're in your 40s, you lived through a few more. But just 21 years old. Mm-hmm. You were alive for the space shuttle explosion, the first one. Waco, Texas. Oklahoma City bombing. Olympic bombing. Columbine. Of course, the terrorist attacks on 9/11. The Columbia explosion, the tsunami. Hurricane Katrina, and now, of course, the deadliest shooting in U.S. history.
Did they mention
and millions of other things, millions of other things too.
AIDS wasn't around before.
No, AIDS.
Early 80s.
I was here for the AIDS. Right? The AIDS. I remember the AIDS.
1993 Trade Center bombing.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. If you want to do that, how about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yeah, we were alive when they basically said the world.
The world pretty much. You watch shows on the Cuban Missile Crisis now, you realize, The missiles were in the air. We actually had to pull them down by the fins.
Yeah.
It was that close. Like, that's how close we were to wiping out everybody on the planet.
Exactly.
And back then it was just like, everything's in hand. Don't worry, Kennedy has everything. Talking with Khrushchev now.
And they had to use like old phones and stuff to communicate with each other, so it was really close. It wasn't like you could send a quick text message.
Yeah, they
could have
hold
on. Let's talk a little more about this.
Like those commercials about dropouts, that could have happened easily. Mr. Khrushchev, I need an answer from you now. Silence. All right, well, the missiles are coming, my friend.
All right, we're launching.
I love those commercials, by the way.
They're pretty good.
They're really good. We've all been there.
Yep.
We've had that. Okay. I don't know.
Assassination.
Are we just looking at bad things?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah. What about the Flower Festival of '68? That was
that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We have Watergate,
puffy bear that snuggled with a with a monkey. They lived through that.
Watergate, Chernobyl,
Vietnam War.
the whole Vietnam War.
Baby
was thrown in there.
Baby Jessica.
Jesus.
OJ.
Yes.
Well, that's,
OJ. Well, we were a little
for the new.
older for that.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of when I was 20.
Screw it.
21.
You get the point. We got to get more of the Napoleon Dynamite dude's audio on.
And don't say when I was 21, Hiroshima. Bastards.
I was going to go with an Abe Lincoln joke.
Really go.
I was just.
You're going to really take the exaggeration further.
I'm a fan of exaggerated humor.
That's good.
Actually, I'm not. I think it's awful.
Why? I said something like, when I was a kid, Christ was still an apprentice.
I didn't have to do this. I could have left. I could have fled.
Jesus.
But no, I will no longer run. It's not for me. It's for my children. For my brothers and sisters that you I did it for them.
Coward.
What is Nicolas Cage talking about?
Yeah, he's just over dramatic.
If you're gonna kill people and then manifesto his eyes, just enunciate.
Yeah.
Just be clear. Don't make people strain.
Find a proofreader too.
Yeah.
It might help you a little bit.
Or be funny. How great would it be if there was no doom
If he was
in it?
hilarious.
And if he was like
the king of comedy.
And if he was like, I hate to do this, but so many shoes do not match pants, and just went on this silly rant.
Oh my God.
Or you go girl, and he was high-fiving someone who wasn't there.
That could only be described as, I'm sorry, but it is hilarious.
That would be so creepy, man.
It can only be described as a hoot.
Just gives an Opie laugh.
You would have a lot of Beavis and Butthead faces on the news like,
He did impressions, but it was like really bad impressions of Christopher Walken.
Or Arnold Schwarzenegger, the one every comedian does.
I'm the Terminator. Yeah, that would be awful. Then would they air it? If he was being like funny?
I don't know. How would they, what would the angle be there?
His laugh-a-festo.
Let's get more here.
You sadistic stars, I may be nothing but a piece of You have vandalized my heart, raped my soul, and torched my conscience.
Ew.
You thought it was one pathetic void life you were extinguishing. Thanks to you, I die, like Jesus Christ, to inspire generations of the weak and the defenseless people.
He was probably pissed because his time machine didn't work.
Yeah. Freaking idiot. You know, another thing that annoyed the hell out of me when I saw this clip is it's offensive because it's a murderer being given a forum on all the channels to discuss his lunacy after he's killed 32 people. And they bleep out the curse word. Like that's the part of it.
Hear the brown word.
Again, that's the part of it that they deem unairable. Like, all this is, but Jesus, he said the S word.
Well, it's like when you see Blazing Saddles on TBS.
Yeah.
And they actually take out the fart scene. They take it out. You won't see the fart scene, but they say nigger about 40,000 times.
Yeah.
They leave it in.
They leave it in Blazing Saddles.
The purpose of bleeping is to save people from being offended.
Maybe Reverend Al is onto something. He's basically we basically are telling America that a fart scene is not okay, but saying the N-word is.
That's horrible.
Wow, he might have a point.
Yeah, in that case.
It's just like, how do you play this guy who really just killed so many young people, and
Actually,
bleep out the curse word.
Completely fulfilling what he wanted. Yeah. Making it clear to everybody in the world that this works every time.
Yeah.
If you kill people, whatever drivel...
Yeah, it'll be all over.
Great if somehow it went back to his parents or something with just a form letter. We appreciate your input. NBC has looked over your materials. We find that they're not worthy of broadcast.
We do not accept unsolicited material.
First of all, it's in the wrong format. It's not HD television. It's not up to industry standards. If I shot something like this and tried to get it on the air, forget it. There's no way that I could get... Just based on how he shot it, it's out of focus. It's bleeding, white on.
Yeah, he didn't white balance it.
He didn't white balance it at all.
Terrible.
Right. Hey, Rob Bartlett wants to check in and say hi.
Rob.
We got, here's where he blames it on basically rap videos. I'll make it. I'll make that connection.
Oh, okay.
Because he's talking about the cognac and the Mercedes and the rich people.
Oh, you think that's who he was talking about?
He liked rap videos. Let's get right into it.
Wasn't he talking about the kids?
Like to be spit on your face and have trash shoved down your throat. Do you know what it feels like to dig your own grave? Do you know what it feels like to have your throat slashed from ear to ear? Do you know what it feels like to be torched alive? Do you know what it feels like to be humiliated and be impaled upon on a cross and left to bleed to death for your amusement?
No, and neither do you, you stupid.
Pain your whole life. Did you want to inject as much misery in our lives as you can, just because you can? You had everything you wanted. Your Mercedes wasn't enough, you brats. Your golden necklaces weren't enough, you snobs. Your trust fund wasn't enough. Your vodka and cognac weren't enough. All your debaucheries weren't enough. Those weren't enough to fulfill your hedonistic needs. You had everything.
Somewhere in his brain he had to go, I think I finally got it.
Yeah,
I think I got my mission statement.
All right, one take. That was good. That was good.
A few other takes, like,
I did it, yeah.
He had to have had some awkward. You didn't. Oh boy. Okay. Again. You torched my soul. That's stupid.
You know what it feels like to cross hang on the beep.
with the funny cartoons sticks.
Yeah. It'll be on one of those bloopers shows.
Outtakes. Yeah, and the Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
He's like, he laughs and somebody's like,
with the credits rolling next to him.
Hal Needham comes out and cuts the whole thing off. All right, cut.
Oh, you idiot. Camera wasn't on.
Dom DeLuise laughing in the background.
And finally, Brian Williams. Here's another, mission statement from NBC. Listen to this horse crap.
We should probably say we're working with law enforcement on some of this because we don't want to create any more heroes or martyrs from this.
Too late.
No copycats.
Wait a minute, we're working
heroes or martyrs.
What does that mean? We're working with law
enforcement.
You're
not the FBI, you dopes. You're not working with anybody. Hand over the material and shut your mouths.
Here's what he said earlier. The whole way he worded it, the president of NBC News Division there, he worded it like, law enforcement told us that airing this wouldn't interfere with their investigation, which doesn't mean law enforcement didn't tell them, don't air it.
No.
He said it wouldn't interfere with their investigation. Now it's when he was asked, was their concern about airing this material? The question that was asked, was their concern based on copycats? But he answered it. Law enforcement said this will not interfere with the investigation.
No, it doesn't matter. Nobody has to tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it's like when the Hillary Clinton and anybody else running for president talks about the money they've raised, and we follow the letter of the law. Yeah, but you shouldn't take money from companies.
Right. There are certain people you shouldn't take money from.
Let's get the rest of the law. We're running out of show. We want to get this on, and then we got Steve Kappas trying to defend just a few moments ago the videos and the pictures.
You mean Krappus?
We're working with law enforcement on some of this because we don't want to create any more heroes or martyrs from this. So the material has to be combed through. We will, after examining it, air more of these materials tomorrow morning on Today. Again, as we continue to go through and analyze what is in this voluminous multimedia package that arrived here at NBC.
A voluminous multimedia package. Now available on 3 discs
on $14.99.
They just used this killer's material to promo their own properties.
Yes. No, it's like Robert Smigel that does the cartoons.
Yeah.
We were watching back when nobody cares about this anymore. Flight 800, that was a jet that fell off the
TWA.
It fell out of the sky into the water.
Yeah.
And it was awful. All these people died. So then on CNN they had this big promo. Dun tonight, Flight 800. What happened and who were the victims? And it was so sensationalized that it was like it's trying to get you to go, oh, I love Flight 800.
Oh,
that's my favorite thing.
That's my favorite show.
Did you see Flight 800 last night?
Awesome. I'm so glad they're doing Flight 800 again.
And brought that up.
Yeah.
They just make it look like it is a TV show.
Because now they put the music and the big, dun, 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 dun.
No, and every time that you see somebody talking, like whenever somebody dies and one of the relatives is on TV talking about how sad it was, that person was picked up by a town car, driven to a studio, they put a thing in their ear, a microphone, they said, "Could we get a level from you?" They signed a thing, they got powder on their face,
little makeup,
little hair, and then, okay, you ready? Oh my God, I'm so sad. It's just all phony.
It's all showbiz.
It's all fake.
Here we go, Steve Kappas, or Krappus. He should be fired. We should demand this guy gets fired for just lying to the public why he is airing this crap, and now everyone else is. That one guy decided. He could have just said, you know what, no way. No effing way, but here's him trying to defend himself.
You turn this material over, but then you've got a different decision to make, and this is also a big part of the news story.
Well, sure. I mean, and we had a very long discussion with a number of people all throughout the organization, and with...
Well, when you were having these long discussions, did you have something in your ears, like...
By the way, is he being interviewed by a guy that works for him?
Of course he is. You brought that up too, Louis. He's on Fox. You got your puppet that is asking the questions that probably he told you.
This is a script. They're working off a script.
He should just be interviewing himself.
Right.
Yeah. Should I have done this?
Yes.
Yes, that's an excellent question.
I'm going to be asking myself the hard questions today.
Right. Yes. Listen to the semantics that are used in this, though.
Organization and with law enforcement about what to do with the material. The Virginia State Police made a reasonable request, which was to not do anything with the material until they had a chance to review it. So we sat on the material for most of the day. I mean,
wow, most of the day.
Most of the day, not even a day.
Oh, God.
Went up on most of the day.
Most of the day.
Yeah, all right, now I understand. No, they sat on it because they were waiting for the primetime news to start.
Yes.
You don't want to show while there's just soccer moms at home in front of their TVs.
He makes it sound like it's the timing of like when they release national security documents in the government.
Yeah.
We put this into cold storage for most of the day.
Most of the day.
So that only later generations of today.
Have a job? How does he run the news department?
We didn't air this for what amounted to the tens of minutes.
You wouldn't believe how many seconds went by.
And most of the day was spent getting as many copies as possible.
Yeah, they were doing other things during that time to get ready to air it.
Yes. Right, we have an atomic clock that was almost worn out.
Yeah, we're just
by the time we aired this.
God.
I mean, as I said, it came into the building at 11 a.m. There was one still picture released after the Virginia State Police had a news conference at which they announced that this material existed.
What time?
And the video didn't air before 6:30 last night.
Of course it did.
So we
7 hours.
The material all day long.
All day long. Sat on it. 7 hours.
How can you explain these horrible...
Oh, then now he's trying to go. Now, how could he have shot those people?
Yeah.
Like now he's off the...
Let's deflect away from the fact that we're whores.
Look, what we did is totally understandable, but what he did is...
Yeah, I mean, come on. My singing wasn't that bad, Simon. It was...
They never give disclaimers.
Just the fact that they are.
Yeah,
they're
panicking. I think it's...
Backlash.
I think the backlash. Media frenzy time, because the rest of the media is...
Pile on.
And the rest of the media will have no problem turning this into a frenzy, because they're all pissed that they didn't get the tape.
They didn't get it.
Yeah.
Horrible events, and this is, I think, as close as we will ever come to being inside the mind of a killer. And I thought that it needed to be released, and I note that pretty much every single news organization all around the world has made the same decision.
But you had it in your hand.
Examine the contents of the manifesto and so forth.
Manifesto.
You had it in your hands. You could have actually stopped all of them from airing it.
They did it.
They sent it to you.
Why does it have to say NBC?
I know. He just must be a fan of NBC. While he was shooting people, he was going dun dun dun.
Just trying to make peacock things.
I hope you sleep well at night, Mr. Kappas.